What's up, everybody? Welcome to an episode of Zeeks Cast. I am your host, Zeek, from the store Zeeks Comics and Games, and today we're going to catch you guys up on a variety of things that have been going on with us here at the store, our YouTube channel, and things you can look forward to throughout the rest of 2023. So, for those of you that aren't aware, we are a small business that's been open since 2015 in Central Illinois, and our video cast basically today is just to kind of let you guys know what we've been up to the last year or so, and currently what we are planning to do going forward if you're brand new to the Zeeks Comics and Games scene. So shout out real quick to our social media accounts. If you guys are not following us on a variety of different things, we have Instagram, ZeeksCG Official. You can check us out at facebook.com/ZeeksCG. And of course, if you guys want, you can ask for an invite through the Discord, or you can go on www.zeekscomicsandgames.com to find out more about the store. So yeah, guys, we have been recently posting on our YouTube channel quite a bit over the last about 12 days, trying to get content out there for our customer base to really enjoy and to possibly meet people throughout the rest of the world or United States that haven't heard of us, obviously, because we're a small business. So this is really just a way for us to connect for fun with our community so we can enjoy more of what we do every single day, which is, I feel like, having a fantastic gaming store and comic book store. So kind of discussing a little bit about the topics today. We're going to discuss a little bit about what's been up the past year. We're going to discuss a little bit about what's been going on the last couple of months and our current plans and events that are coming up, and along with things you guys can look forward to, and kind of what the purpose is of Zeeks Cast. And I think that's a good way for us to start things. So Zeeks Cast was something that was born actually probably about 6 years ago, and we never really took off with it other than a couple episodes. It was basically an idea to do podcasting again, which I had done prior to Zeeks Comics and Games in 2013 and 2014. And it's something I still wanted to always do. And I've been on a variety of podcasts since we've been in business that are mostly Star Wars themed and a couple comic book based ones. And it's a really fun medium for us to kind of connect with our audience. Sometimes in those shows, you're on there, you're talking back and forth with somebody. This is more of a video of me just kind of discussing what's going on with the store, and more or less a way for me to kind of just talk out loud to you guys about the thoughts and plans, and staying more connected with you directly than always just seeing Facebook posts and Discord posts and things that come from us that are it feels more robotic. This feels a little bit better, that you can get to know my voice and get to know me a little bit better. And that's kind of the whole purpose of Zeeks Cast, I think, as a whole. And I hope you guys really look forward to it, because I look forward to recording these. This is something I used to love doing. It's something I continue to want to do, and I have no problem bringing people on, actually. Maybe we can bring on some of our staff members and be happy to bring on some of our leaders in our communities. I would love to sit and talk with some of them about a variety of topics we can get into, because it's running a game store. It's multi-layered. There's so much going on when you run a game shop that there's never a lack of content. And as many of you, if you do shop with our store and come in, you guys do know there's always something new and always some new story to hear from us. So yeah, that's kind of the purpose of Zeeks Cast as a whole. It's just to kind of offer you guys some videos showcasing gameplay, maybe discussing product reviews, kind of just showing maybe even a couple quick videos. Like we posted the other day, a quick 45-second video of a 40-person event we had for Pokemon last month. And then obviously episodic podcast episodes you're listening to currently that will discuss more things in length. So yeah, so this first episode's just myself. Plan on bringing some people on in the future if this takes, there's some interest taken for this by people. And I hope you guys actually do love this stuff, and hopefully you guys engage with us. So yeah, make sure you guys like our YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I know you guys hear that on every single channel that's out there. I know I do. And that really does help get eyes on the product and helps us eventually, if possible, maybe get monetization. It's not a need. I know a lot of YouTube channels are primarily for people to make their money, and this is more of just the love of doing it. And it's really just to kind of, like I said, connect you guys to the Zeeks Comics and Games scene, and connecting yourselves to me. So I don't really need necessarily to be monetized, but it's always something cool to do. This is really done on my time off. And it does take a long time to edit videos, and it does take a while to get this all produced. And I'm still learning and buying new equipment and software. So it's going to take time for me to go out of my normal day-to-day life. So yeah, if you guys are, listening, first and foremost, you're probably fans of the shop. And if you've been with us for the last 8 years, there's been a lot of changes. We've moved a couple times. Our new location we've been in since 2021 has blown up completely with big attendances and a lot more product coming in and so many new faces. It's been awesome. And our entire 2021 to 2022 time period at this new shop is I kind of like to think of it as Zeeks 2.0, because the first shop it always had the vision and the dream of what we wanted to do, but it never could be executed based on how the building was, building management, relatively revenue too. Obviously, money does matter. And the first couple stores that we had, I think we moved 3 doors down from our first store. They were awesome for what they were, but they were never what I really envisioned for the shop. And I always envisioned this kind of community center mindset where it's nice to walk in. It feels very home-like. It's bright and colorful. There's always something new coming in. The staff is very welcoming. And for the first like 5-6 years, it was really just myself and Mrs. Zeek, and you guys know Ryan and a lot of other people that just kind of banded together to kind of help put that thing together in it. And those are some of my favorite years, because that's where you cut your teeth and really learn about who you are as a shop owner. And I think really learning about what we wanted the business to be. So yeah, so the last couple of years in 2021, 2022 is just a matter of growth and good things. I try to stay positive here on this podcast for you guys. I know I can be a little bit grumpy when you see me in person, but the overall expectations of 2023 are healthy and expecting to do more or less the same what we've done before and doing it better. So if you've seen the growth that's come in the store and you've been around it, you'll notice that our Pokemon, the trading card game community, is one of our biggest, if not the biggest thing that we do at the shop. The Central Illinois market has been rather, I wouldn't say anti-Pokemon, but it isn't really healthy in terms of stores that are doing things for Pokemon. That's something that we have really prided ourselves in the last year, but especially the last couple of years. We were the first store to really run challenges and cups and pre-releases and really promote the Pokemon community. And after COVID, it was really hard getting the community back in. It took some time, and not everything was perfect. And obviously, many of you know, last year my father passed away, which took a lot of my mental capacity, and I couldn't get the Pokemon community on track the way I wanted to. But that's an example of a community that's really grown in the store from the last couple of years and has big events planned for the rest of the year. And, Warhammer 40,000 has been another massive community success for us. We have a very blossoming community for that. Brand new players have been coming in the last 6 months. We've had a strong community in terms of the Illinois market for the Age of Sigmar community. We've run a couple tournaments in 2022 and 2023. If you hear that meow, that is my kitty cat down below. But yeah, Sigmar has been growing, and Conquest is obviously something we're focusing on the YouTube channel that you guys, can take part in and enjoy. Our Magic the Gathering community is another strong community that we run in the store. It's a very laid back community, and we do a lot of experimental style tournaments and events that are maybe not the norm that a lot of people expect when they go to card shops, but these are some of the gaming things that we do. And then on the comic book side, obviously we're at the mercy of what, the industry is doing as a whole, in terms of books releasing and the content that Marvel and DC, Image, Dark Horse, IDW, the list goes on. It depends on what those companies are really producing and if it draws, foot traffic into the store. And sometimes months are better than others, and sometimes years are better than others. The comic industry right now is kind of all over the place in terms of what content they're producing and events. You got one company, and if you guys are new to Zeeks, you'll know me. I shoot things as straight as I can, and I tell you my opinion. But Marvel has produced a ton of content that isn't always landing in the best way, where there's so many crossovers, so many books that you have to buy. And then DC's on the other end, where they've cut up too many titles, and now they're trying to reposition characters that haven't had books in a long time back into the scene with a very split up relaunch this year, which is really, really, I feel, confusing to the audience and anybody trying to read that, that follows along with it. So that's kind of what's been going on for comics in early 2023. For us, primarily, is just trying to get the new Dawn of DCU going and the Marvel crossovers and trying to get those promoted. So yeah, but we did switch over to League of Comic Geeks towards the middle of last year. And it's something that we've been using as an app that has helped, I think, a lot of our readers stay in touch with kind of comics in general, and I think that have been really, really beneficial. So let's go into 2023 plans and events that are coming up for you guys to kind of pay attention to. The first one I'd really like to touch base with you guys on is the April 22nd Pokemon Case Tournament. We almost have 40 people signed up for this thing. It's basically a $40 tournament. You get a certain amount of things for entry, and then I think it's top four split an entire case of booster boxes of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So it's a great way for you guys, if you're a competitive player, to get into the scene. We're planning our next one for a date in June that we'll soon announce for the Paldea Evolve set that releases on June 9th. But that's our next big Pokemon event. And while we'll talk about Pokemon here, let's stick around with it. We move into the May scene where we have, I think, 3 dates that we have locked in so far that are important to discuss. I believe May 20th is going to be our Pokemon League Cup. I'm still waiting for our professors to sign that up and make sure that we have enough space planned and ready to go for that. But we will let you know if that date is for sure or if it does need to change. We have the Pokemon Paldea Evolve pre-release on May 27th. We also then have the non-Zeeks related thing, but there is a Pokemon regional in Milwaukee on June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th that you guys can sign up for. I know that we have a variety of our players that are planning to go to that event, so that's super exciting. On the non-Pokemon side, which I know we've talked a lot about Pokemon in here so far, you guys can definitely check out our weekly events that we host every single week. So we host D&D every week. We host Magic the Gathering every week. We have Yu-Gi-Oh! We do hold a variety of events for miniatures. So we'll stick to that real quick. Let's go to Conquest, where on May 13th, we will be hosting a First Blood event that we just did a couple weeks ago that was super successful. And also towards the end of this month, we are hosting a paint intake night. We will have that information going up in our Discord here really, really soon. But yeah, 2 back-to-back events happening for Conquest for our communities that we're really, really excited about and hope you guys partake in. On the Age of Sigmar side, I would very, very pleased to announce that we are hosting, I believe, a 120-person event here in the end of July for a Age of Sigmar. I think it's going to be called Midwest Meltdown. It's a couple guys who frequent our store that have hosted this. I think the last one was pre-COVID, and they also helped Adepticon out with terrain, and they basically are going, but also have come over to us and asked us to help sponsor this event for July 22nd and July 23rd. This will be basically an invited event only, so everybody's already been kind of contacted about it, but we're talking about it just to kind of tell you guys about it and what we're going to be planning in July and all the pictures and videos that are to come from it. It's really, really exciting. So if you are an Age of Sigmar player and you're listening and you're wanting to know how you can get a ticket, you can contact us and we can direct you to the parties that are involved with that. As far as Zeeks is concerned, we just happen to be sponsors for it. So all the giveaways and things like that are things that we're going to be taking care of, and maybe doing some side events for painting and hobbying for those that wish to do so. In the Star Wars miniatures realm, we have Shatterpoint. That is the new skirmish miniatures game from Atomic Mass Games that's coming out in June. We do have the launch set coming, and we have our own booster box. I was going to say we have our own core set. Getting confused with my notes. We have our own core set coming out here, hopefully in May, that we can get painted up and start demoing the game off for you guys. Shatterpoint is not like Star Wars Legion. You cannot use the same miniatures. It's bigger scale like Marvel Crisis Protocol, and it's meant to be smaller, like 6 to 10 model probably per side combat. So yeah, it's really interesting. I saw it at Adepticon and thought it was really, really cool. In the Warhammer 40,000 community, we haven't really ran an event. It's because 10th edition is on its way, and I'm trying to put all of our resources into getting battle reports ready and also to do a launch party once we have the official release date. But the plan is once we know 10th edition is officially its date and when it's coming, we're going to do a launch party for Warhammer 40,000 10th edition. So really excited about that as well. I think that's going to be really, really fun for the entire community as a whole. The next thing I want to discuss with you guys, if you listen to it this week, we have our pre-release for March of the Machines for Magic the Gathering this Friday night. And also in June, we are going to be hosting a Lord of the Rings themed pre-release for Lord of the Rings Universes Beyond Magic the Gathering. So we'll have some stuff from Cameron Johnson, who's a local artist that's going to be producing some art and possibly doing some giveaways for that as well for Lord of the Rings. So that's really exciting for June that we have coming up. Outside of that, in terms of events and store schedules, I mean, that's pretty much all our major events that we have currently planned. I know that's a lot to throw at you guys. How do you think we feel having to schedule all of it? But yeah, if you need to check out our schedule, you can do so on facebook.com/ZeekCG, or obviously our Discord server for more information. And in terms of what else we have going on for 2023, kind of get in here to my notes. I think we are still planning to, if you guys saw, we kind of flipped the store around a little bit, and we're trying to figure out if we're going to put up a computer kiosk still and where we can put that at, so you guys can do online shopping for card singles uh, from touchscreen in the store. And we are discussing trying to get Conquest back onto our web store and getting product on there, so that when people are watching watching the YouTube channel and they see Conquest and want to support us, instead of having an affiliate link, since we're just a direct store anyway, we could just ship the product out to you guys. So that is something that we are looking forward to doing. I'm not sure when it's going to happen. Obviously, there's a lot of moving parts and there's a lot of things that we do. So, it's just kind of one of those things that we're talking about doing, and I'm not sure exactly when. In terms of new product that's coming into the store, since we changed everything around, we have about 40 manga that are coming in, I think, in the next 2 or 3 days. Spy Family restocking, and there's like 2 new series that our associate Rochelle asked us to bring in. So I'm sorry, I misplaced my information on that, but that we will be posting them on Facebook once we have those books in. We still currently plan to bring in Gundam model kits like we have. I know a lot of people have been asking where they've been. It's just a matter of just getting restocks is not always easy, and sometimes we have to order like 4, 5, 6 for one item for a restock. So sometimes it's just not a priority for us when it initially sells out. So that is something that we do take into consideration when we're doing it. And I think, guys, that's pretty much it. It's a quick first episode, but it's a way to kind of tell you guys what we've been up to. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. I did. I know it's not a long podcast, but I didn't want to talk for an hour over nothing else besides, hey, here's what's going on. So thank you guys for listening to Zeeks Cast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys follow us on facebook.com/ZeekCG, Instagram with ZeekCG official. You can also ask for a link to the Discord server where we're super active every single day and night. Please hit like and subscribe on YouTube. It helps us out with the algorithm that helps get our video more views, and possibly for future monetization reasons. That would be super cool. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will talk to you guys again very soon. And I hope you all stay nerdy and have a great rest of your week.